Hi everybody, this is Jennifer from Paper This and That. I recently have been getting into art journaling, and I just, probably in the past week or two, just started playing with mixed media. And I found this really neat challenge on YouTube, and I joined their Facebook group. And this is it is journaling by fives, meaning basically it is um, five. Um, you got 15 minutes to complete 20 pages with 10 prompts. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to get started here. I will have some more information in the description of this video. This is video number 1. What the first prompt is paint and ink. Basically, you're creating your background. I have 15 minutes to put paint and ink down on 20 pages. This is just a artist sketchbook, and I glued some pages together. I don't like the fact that it's all wrinkly, but for this kind of exercise, I didn't want to do a good buy an expensive journal. This is just for practice. This is to get your left brain to relax a little bit. Don't have time to overthink things. You got about 45 seconds for each page for each prompt. The prompts will be listed below, and I'll also have a link to the Facebook page. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the first phase. I have my iPad here with a 15-minute timer on it, and I'm going to go ahead and hit start, and then we'll get started. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and speed this up here. I'm just throwing down some color. This was a lot harder than what I thought it was going to be. As we get towards the end, you're going to see me just barely putting color down. I was experimenting that red there. It's a little bit darker than what I hoped for. I ran it all the way to the 0 seconds. My brush started getting a little bit muddy towards the end. Oh, there, I love this green. Oh my gosh, it was such a shimmery green. And this was a very fun exercise. There I'm doing some watercolor. I spent a little bit too much time on this page. Had I not spent as much time on there, I could have done a better job towards the end. I did forget to do a flip through. I will start my next video with a flip through before I start putting my collages down. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Oh, I mixed some white with some paint, and it was, I liked it where how it blent all the blues in. And then I started using my makeup sponge because my brushes, as you can see there, again, I had all kinds of paint, other colors on my brush, and I'm thinking, I mean, you don't have time to really clean your brush. That's a big problem. I only put one color down on that one because I was getting towards the end of my timer. I just made it, like I said, 1 second to spare. On second thought, maybe I'll do a flip through at the end of this video. Instead of doing it at the beginning of the other, I guess I'm going to probably edit. Let's see. I am home today because of my knee injury. I'm hoping to be back at work tomorrow. But this was giving me some time to play here. And we are approaching the end. Let's see. I think... Oh, this was my last page. I was just throwing stuff down because I was seconds away. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick flip through. This was not easy by any means. I took it down to the last, like, 2 seconds of my 15 minutes that I had. That's because I spent too much time on one page. Most of it's dry. There's some white space. Some of it's going to be covered up with collage anyhow. I thought I'd go ahead and get this video up, then I could work on my collage stuff and get that together. This was the first page. Just a lot of yellows. There's two different kinds of yellows, and then there's green, a tiny bit of orange. I just slapped paint down because I figured a lot of it's getting covered up anyhow. This page, I've got some leftover paper from Forbidden Love. It's kind of the Twilight Saga themed type paper, and that's what I thought I was going to use some of that paper on, like in a collage on this page. That's why there's black and red. That red was a little bit deeper than what I thought, but you know what, with the timing, I didn't have time to go searching through my box of paints to try to find another red, so I just left it at that. This has a pearly green in it. Just, you can barely see it in this bottom. But there's another page that has it on it really well. Right here. It's very glittery. You can see that. Very glittery, shimmery. I really, really, really love this green. It was a last minute choice of getting it out. This is my extra thick paper. I glued too many pieces of paper together. This was my watercolor page that I spent too much time on trying to get coverage. The brush that I was using, I guess it's the water. The water was so muddy from the acrylics that I had a hard time, so I ended up using my misters with water in it to try to wet my paint palette. And this paint palette is from Close to My Heart. I love this. There's 32 colors to it. I really, really, really like those paints. And the brush, some of the brushes I used, the black ones, black handled ones were from Close to My Heart also. I used those exclusively for my watercolors, nothing else, no acrylics or anything. Next time I do something like this, I think I am going to have 2 cups of water. This is that page with all the blues where I mixed white in with it. And there's still some shimmery in this because there was still some green paint on it. I could see the glitter. Here's this page. And these are almost dry. I could probably put my collages down, but I need to get it all together, what all I'm using. I'm even going to use newspaper on my collages. That should be interesting. I like this color, some kind of rose color. What was the name of it? English Country Rose. I really like that color. And I was wondering if some of my paints were even going to work, because I've had them for years and not used them. I know I threw out probably 4 or 5 bottles that were just beyond repair. Sometimes if your paint is thick, you can add water to it and it'll bring it back to life. I did that with a couple of these kind of paints, added water to it, and they were usable. There's that green shimmer again with some red. This is all one color. I was getting to the end. I'm looking at my timer. I'm thinking, oh, 5 minutes. How am I going to get through all these pages in 5 minutes? You know, green and brown. This would be a good botanical. I love botanical. That kind of reflects in my color scheme. I kind of wanted botanical. Some of my free play after this project is done is probably going to incorporate some Zentangles, botanical. And I'm surprised that not all these pages were sticking real bad. This one, I have a lot of white spaces. I was just rushing to throw some paint down on the paper. By this time, my brown and my yellows were getting mixed up, and that's pretty neat though. It's almost like a mustard yellow or something, or wheat colored. This one was all one color because I was running out of time. I'm looking at my timer, I'm thinking, I'm not going to get all these papers done. A couple of these pages were simple one color jobs. This was another one of them. This was that shimmery green. You know, I just love that. I love it, love it. You can see some of the browns mixed in because the paint was on my brush. And you don't have time to thoroughly rinse your brush out between paint colors. You don't. That's part of this process. You're going to get these crazy mixed up backgrounds. This is red with a little bit of green in it. It's blotchy because I had some, my brush was really, really wet and my cat's coming in. Don't need him in here with all my... Well, I got a cup of water on my desk. I stuck a little bit. That's still a little bit tacky. Yep. Gonna need to probably take my heat gun to that. Let's see. This is the next page. This, what I did is I had just a tiny, tiny bit of purple. I didn't want to pour more paint, but I had a glob in my palette of, it's called Pearlized Medium. And Pearlization Medium. And I mixed some of that, and I got a glimmery effect. And then yellow. And this was the last page right here. And that does it, and I will see you in the next part. Thank you for watching.